Hey guys, thanks for stopping by my channel today. My name's Tammy and I own Walnut Creek Bath Boutique. I'm so stinking excited about this video for you guys today. I am doing a soap and collaborating. This collaboration is in collaboration? I am in collaboration? Is this in collaboration? Collaborating with? I am collaborating with Lisa from I Dream in Soap and Shonna from Nizumi Soaps. So I'm going to talk to you guys about those channels a little bit later and my thoughts and feelings on them. But for now, let's talk about the purpose of this. So Lisa is actually the one that approached Shonna and I about doing a collaboration so that we can shine lights on smaller channels. And I thought that was very generous and very fun of her to suggest. So our hashtag is hashtag small soap channel. And you can use that in your descriptions if you have a small soap channel. So fewer than 5,000 subscribers, we would consider being a small soap channel. And if that's you, you can put that in your description. And that way, when somebody searches for that, they can find your channel. And it's just a way to shine the light on some of us that are just getting our feet wet and getting started in this whole YouTube journey. And I thought that was really a wonderful idea. So that's the reason or the purpose of this collaboration. So for this specific collaboration with Lisa and Shonna, I opened my big fat mouth and I told them that I was thinking about doing a Jane Austen inspired series of soaps. I have since rethought that. This is hard. I don't think I'm going to be doing that. But we kind of took that and talked it through about maybe doing a soap based on a book, and then it became maybe a movie. So our soap theme for this collab is that we have to take inspiration from a movie that started off as a book. And so I chose Jane Austen. She is my favorite author. And since there is no decent persuasion movie, hello, can we not get a good persuasion movie? That is my favorite book. I went with Pride and Prejudice. It is a wonderful movie. I did use I think it's 2005 Keira Knightley movie because of the music. That music just touches my soul. I love that music. I bought the soundtrack. I started taking piano lessons to try to play it on the piano, and I never made it. I could never get there. It is deceptively hard to play. But that music is really what drew me and draws me to that movie. And when I think of that movie, I think of the music. So I am taking a very broad approach to this. I'm going more with the Victorian vibe and this whole opposite vibe, because you have your two characters that are both very prideful. They're both very prejudiced against each other, and they both have such strong attraction to each other. And it's just this constant battle within themselves and with each other that is so fun in the book and in the movie. And that's why I chose my color theme of pink and black. I want a very soft pale pink with a really nice black to kind of convey that two sides to themselves in the movie. So that's kind of my color theme. My fragrance is going to be a combo of rose petals from Candle Science and neroli and white jasmine from Candle Science. So rose, and I just think Victorian and rose just go super, super well. And I was kind of researching it, and I found out that neroli was used in the early 1800s as a perfume. So I thought I would add these two together. And on Candle Science's website, it does say that these pair well together. So I'm going to go with it. I have no idea what this is going to do. I've never used either one, let alone together. But can I just say, rose petals smells divine, and I don't even like rose scents, but that smells wonderful. And neroli and white jasmine, I'm not a fan of neroli. I'm not really a fan of neroli. But I think that this is going to be kind of nice with this real floral. So I'm anxious to see what this smells like at the end. And lastly, I'm trying to make this fast, guys, because I know I can be a little gabby and chatty when it comes to my intros and outros. Lastly, I'm going to do an impression mat. Now, I've never used an impression mat before, so why not do it during a collaboration? Yeah, that's me. So I'm going to cut this down. I just felt like it was very Victorian. It's not, it's maybe a little bit lace. You're probably not going to be able to see it. Maybe a little bit of laciness. The snowflakes on this end are going to be cut away and used in another application. That's going to be fun next year. But yeah, so I'm going to get all set up and ready, and yeah, we're going to make this, what are we calling this? Rose and Neroli probably, but this Pride and Prejudice inspired soap. I'm going to be using activated charcoal, so I have that here. And for my really pale pink, I have Pearl Pink from TKB. Okay, so here's my mat, and I started off with this one, and I cut it too short. So I had to go to Hobby Lobby and get another mat, and the only thing I'm really worried about, because I did have to cut this down, is this seam right here. It's going to go down here, and it's going to ruin the middle of my bar. So what I think I'm going to do is actually melt just a tad bit of cocoa butter and just kind of take a dropper and just kind of try to fill this gap right here down the seam. So hang on just a second. I'll be back when that is done. So the rose and neroli I just put in a little pot over here. Smells really, really nice. I really didn't think I would like it that well, but I'm loving smelling this just in my room right now. Very, very nice. Very floral, so I did change my recipe a bit so that I could use a little lard in here because that will slow down trace. And I am doing a layered soap, so you don't want your trace to be too super slow, but I have no idea what this is going to do to this batter. So I'm going to barely get it going. I'm going to set this aside, and what I've decided is my lace is going to be white. I always get air bubbles in my soap when I use this thing. I don't know what I do wrong, but I always get air bubbles. Lisa's channel is just amazing and she's so generous with her knowledge. I've learned a lot of color theory by watching Lisa because I am not good at color theory. And she always, she has to be with her regulations. They kind of have to be good at color theory to make different soaps. I did not get this near thick enough. But I was really, really honored that she wanted to do this collaboration with us. I remember the first time she commented on one of my videos, and it was not just a quick, post, "How enjoyed your video." It was very meaningful. She spent some time on her comment, and I appreciate that. Really appreciated that. Gosh darn, this was not near thick enough, guys. I was worried about keeping it thin to get in all these little crevices. Good night. Look at this. My goodness. This is going to take forever. Shonna's channel, Shonna is sweet. She, I believe, is fairly new to soap making. But she seems quite fearless. That's what I like about Shonna. She is not afraid to just say, well, let's see what happens with this. Well, let's do this. I've never been that fearless in anything. So I admire that with her. And I really enjoy just watching her. And her voice is so soothing. I feel like mine can be grating. Shonna's voice is just so soothing, and she's just a sweet soul. I like her a lot, and I like her channel, and I like her soaps. All right, I think I'm about ready to move forward. What I want to do is see clearly as much of this pink matte as I can, so that is a nice contrast. So I want the black to be not muddied from the matte, any kind of soap on top of the impression. So I think it's pretty good. I think it's hard enough to support the black without the black falling through also. So I'm going to get started. Black layer first. I have this empty pitcher. I'm going to go weigh this off real quick. I shouldn't say weigh. I tiered the scale. Exactly 1,500 grams. So I'm going to go weigh off 750. That's not near enough. Where's my spatula? It's starting to get a little thick, but that is not dark enough for me. So I'm going to get a little bit of my activated charcoal. You know what? No, I'm not. I think that's enough activated charcoal. I'm going to use a little bit of my pitch black, which I am almost out of. This is a black mica from Micas and More. And I'm just going to be able to throw it in here. I really like this black. Actually, I think I like it better than charcoal. All right, I'm going to take this back and weigh off about half of my fragrance oil, okay? Let's see how this does. Oh my gosh, I think it might have slowed my trace down just a tad bit. Okay. I think I am going to stick blend it for just a second because I do want it to set up pretty quickly in the mold because I have a feeling this is getting thick on its own. It's a little more gray than I was going for, but I don't have time to do anything else. All right, let's get it in here. I'm going to let this set up because I definitely want my waves. I want to have a nice messy bottom here. Scoopy. What's the word? Is there a word for that? I don't know. I'll bring you back in just a minute, probably. It really has just been about a minute. So I'm just going to texture this as best as I can without going too deep because it's only a ½ inch deep or so right here. But I think that, you know, this whole artistic interpretation I'm going for, which, trust me, I don't consider myself artistic, the transition from them fighting themselves and them fighting each other was quite bumpy and not smooth. So this is for that. And I don't think that's going to be enough of that either. So I'm going to add a little bit more. And maybe a mistake, but I'm not going to waste this, so that's going in there. And that really did a nice job of paling that pink where I wanted it to be a little bit paler. That's good. I'll take that. Honestly, guys, I think I want it even paler. Maybe I shouldn't have added all that pink. Find my white and put a little bit of white in here. That's it. Perfect. Oh my gosh, it's getting thick. Oh, it's a good thing I used a slow moving recipe, right? I'm gonna put this in real quick. I want to pour this fairly fluid. But I also want to make sure that gets blended in there really nicely. Okay, I'm going to pour. I think I've got it mixed in pretty well. Okay, I am really excited about this soap. I am going to pop this and maybe cut it in a day or two. All right, guys, it has been 2 solid days. I wanted to give it an extra day because I want that mat to come off without pulling any of the soap. So I'm hoping that we don't have any trouble. It is sweating just a little bit. Never had that happen before. Huh. Can you see? I don't know if you can see. My lights. I'm sorry. They're not the best. Let me maybe put down some paper towels. I didn't get as much soap on the bottom as I thought I was going to. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, look how pretty that looks. I do have a white line. I am not even going to be mad about this white line going across here. Let me pull you in a little bit. Look at that. That's, I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet, but I'm not even mad about that. Oh my gosh, I think that looks so pretty. I kind of wish I would have cut this like blank edge off so that the design went all the way through. I wasn't thinking when I cut the edge or cut it down. I should have cut it in the middle. Other than that, I'm super happy with that. Alrighty. So, well, this is my guide. I don't even need to worry about that. That's my guide right in the middle, right? So, I think I'll just find my long knife and cut right down the center where that seam is. So, I'm rearranging my room and I keep moving things. I'm so excited. All right. Look at that. All right. Okay. I had my husband take the bolt off of this cutter so that I can go past that. There it is. Got like the messiness of it. Guys, I am so pleased with this soap. I'm just so pleased with it. I think it turned out really pretty. I have a little bit of white that has seeped through. You can kind of see a little bit of white in with that gray black. And the gray and the dark isn't as black as I was wanting. It's more of a really charcoaly gray color. But I kind of like it that way. I like the more muted. And this white isn't in your face white. It's a very almost off-white, almost antique white. Yeah. It is an antique white. I'm on it and I didn't even know it. That's awesome. Okay, guys, I'm going to get these cleaned up here in just a minute. I'm going to see if there's still, I don't know, I've never had that happen before where, I don't know if it's the fragrance oil that's just kind of seeping up a little bit. It's just a little wet on top. I've never had that happen before, so who knows. But I'm going to let them maybe dry off a little bit, and then I'm going to get them all cleaned up. But yeah, I hope you love them as much as I do. I love these things. Guys, it's the next day, and I have been gushing over these soaps all day. I'm sorry, but I have. Everybody at work had to see pictures of them. I've already sold one. I'm in love. Oh my goodness. Now, I did clean and plane all the sides because I just felt like this soap deserved it. It deserved a pretty smooth, shiny edges. So I went ahead and did that off camera. And the smell's nice. Now, it is probably a little bit more neroli than rose. And as somebody that I really don't like neroli, but it's not bad in this. I think I would probably back off that just a little bit if I make this again. I actually think I would probably do 2 to 1, 2 parts of the rose scent to 1 part of the neroli and jasmine. I think I would like it better, so I may do that if I ever put these fragrances together again. I think they're beautiful. I love this impression matte thing. Like I said, I've never done that before, and I am doing that one again. That is fun. I can't be happier. I hope you guys don't think it is a cop-out that I didn't do a real literal interpretation. My inspired soap is very emotion-driven and not literal-driven, and I hope you don't think it's a cop-out that I didn't do that. I'm not really good with those things. And I know Lisa, all of her soaps are just amazing, and they're it's almost like a painting almost, you know. And then Shonna has a soap that's based on Columbo with a suit, and she has all of his suits parts represented. So you should check that out. It's really neat how she did Columbo inspired soap. But yeah, mine is more very emotion driven in my inspiration. I think it is very, very Victorian, and I love the way I got the 2 characters to come together in a soap. I'm really proud of it. It really did come from my heart. It really did. At 3 o'clock in the morning when I woke up thinking about this design, I came up with it at 3 o'clock in the morning. And did I go back to sleep? Maybe for an hour. I was too excited. I could barely sleep after that. So I want to just let you guys know that the Lisa and Shonna's channels are going to be in my description box. So click on those and check out those channels and the soaps that they made for this collaboration. So please check those out. And if you came from those channels, thank you for spending a little bit of time with me. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. So thank you so much for stopping by and seeing me today. And guys, if you have a small soap channel, don't forget to use the hashtag small soap channel or hashtag small soap channel. And yeah, let's just see what amazing soapers we can find with that wonderful hashtag. So guys, I think that's it. There it is, one last time. One last time, take a gander at that. That's awesome. I love this impression mat. So if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. If you hated it, you can give me a thumbs down. That's okay. And hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye.